Good evening, everybody. How's it going? And well done, Jeff Fink. I thought you would get it. You know that. And funny enough, Jeff, before the stream started today, I was watching The Last Starfighter. I haven't watched it in a long, long time. So, yeah, having enjoyed it. Hasn't aged well. It hasn't aged well at all. But good film. How the devil is everyone? And hello, Christian from Grantham.
Let's give it up big time. Hello, Christian from Grantham. Now let's get cracking.
I can't believe you haven't seen Blake 7, Lou. I think you'd love that. Perhaps I'll get you a Blake 7 box set for Christmas. You can work your way through it. You'd like that. Lou, I'm glad you're on the phone. I'm glad you're on here. Actually, someone else might be able to help me as well if you can't. I've got myself some of these small nanos, which I've been putting in the Explorer spaceship that I'm building. Is there a technique to exposing the wire at the end of these? They're really, really thin. And I've just been scraping them off with a X-Acto knife. I've even tried sandpapering. I've even tried putting a lighter to them. But is there something that anyone else does to actually expose the wire that I need for this to start linking them together? Because I'm struggling with that. These are brilliant. These are exactly what I need. But it's a pain just to get the connection on them. So I don't know. Don't know. Blake 7 was naff. For its time, I thought it was quite good, Mike. Watching it now, yeah, terrible. You use a sanding stick to expose the wire. Well, I've got sanding sticks, so perhaps that's what I'll do. I find that my X-Acto's a little bit too exact. It ends up cutting it in half, so it's not good. Wait, can I wish Ryan a happy 21st birthday? It was his birthday yesterday. Oh, certainly. Ryan, happy birthday. Look, let me bong. There we go. We've got the little birthday logo up there. Happy birthday, Ryan. 21. Wow, I remember when I was 21. Mrs. Welderwayne held a party for me at her house. Crazy. Wire strippers won't do it, Nigel, because it's just far too thin, the wire is. I mean, we're talking 0.001 millimeters. It's like a hair. And like my wire strippers here, even the smallest one in here is about 10 size too big. So, yeah, sanding stick. I'll have to try that one then. A hot air gun will strip the wire. I could try that as well, but I don't want to start a fire, Jerry. That's what I normally do. Now, tonight we're on TikTok as well. So I can see TikTok chat. So DK Jedi 1573, hello. You are the only one watching on TikTok at the moment. I am just trying to experiment because this is the first time I've ever been live on TikTok while being live on YouTube. Now, I can't figure out how TikTok works. All I know is that I can see the chat on here. And for the fact that you found me, DK Jedi, means that it is actually working, which is good. So everyone's happy. Now, this week's been a fun week. I've had a couple of fillings yesterday, so I'm still learning to close my mouth properly, which is quite interesting. On Tuesday, I went to Duxford, which was absolutely brilliant. Patrons got to see the SR71, and I did a general stream for the community, but I got told off for not showing the TSR2. So for all the people that think that I quickly skipped over it in the live stream, I did this just for you. There it is. There it is. Are we all happy now? And that's the Concorde I went on. But it was great. But yeah, I didn't get as much for the TSR2 that I should have. So I have now. Hello, Jim at Satan's Models. How the devil are you? I need nanobots. I need smaller than that. I lost... I actually cracked one of my lenses. So I've gone down a lens. Because if I went up a lens, I'll look like... you ever seen Peter Cushing in Top Secret? Where he holds the magnifying glass up to his eye and he's got the ginormous eye. If I go up another lens on that, that's exactly what I'm going to look like. So it's not good. Nothing at all on IXO, Richard, regarding Eagle Moss, I guess you're talking about, what's happening with their stuff. I haven't heard anything. I only recently found out about D'Agostini doing the Marvel movie collection in Italy, I think it is. Now, I do know that other distributors do they mix and match what sort of collections they're doing in different territories. So... but I didn't know that someone had already got that, which was quite interesting. What's the other thing? I've got something else here. Oh, the SR71. So obviously we've been building that on the Patreon channel. The reason I went to Duxford was to actually get some close-up pictures so I could do some colour schemes. And while I was there, now I've talked about this before with a Red Arrows craft model. People are saying when you do Partwork builds, can you justify the price being over £1,000 for some of these models? Now, remember, these models, most of the time, are metal, massive, heavy, and dynamic. So they've got working lights, all singing, all dancing. So this model at Duxford of the SR71, as you see here, is tiny. It's about half the size of the one I'm building. Not much detail in it at all. It does look like it's plastic, although I haven't been able to touch it. And that's £339. So I'm hoping... Hello, Mini Moon Moo 49 over on TikTok. I'm guessing that that sort of balances things up again. Lovely looking model, although those blacks I don't think are right either. So I'm getting really fussy in my old age, aren't I? It's because of those blacks that I went for. Now I knew the one at Duxford was like a greyish colour, but I wanted to look underneath it. So I had a field day and the weather was absolutely gorgeous. Unlike it was this morning, and I don't know if you heard it on the Dodge Charger build, but it was torrential. We had like lightning striking from about 6 o'clock, and then from 7 o'clock, I used to think that lightning and thunder were hand in hand, but it was just like an electrical storm. By 7 o'clock, it was mental. It was absolutely crazy. The thunder was absolutely all over the place. You 3D printed one that size for a friend. Well, £339 for you there, Chris. Did you notice that the Spitfires they used that were Mark 9 instead of Mark 1? You're talking about Pearl Harbor. You know what, Bobby? Sorry, I've highlighted the wrong comment. I haven't seen Pearl Harbor since it came out, I think. And I think the only reason I went to see it was because of Kate Beckinsale. Is Mrs. World Wayne in here? Perhaps I shouldn't have said that. Oops. What's the time? It's 7 minutes past 8 and I'm already sleeping in the workshop. Mrs. Rhoda Wayne at the moment is actually in the house. She's making Christmas decorations, which is quite good. And it's only 7 minutes past 8 and we've got the bots in here. That's quite interesting. But I'll give that a try. Thank you for that, Lou. Because basically all the electrics are done on the Explorer spaceship. I'm just painting some more parts, get it all together. The ship's done. Then I'm happy. The hard bit's going to be to make the dynamic base. I've got my ideas how to do it, but I really do want to be able to break it apart so I can bring it on a plane with me next year. Not quite sure what the TSA... Is it your TSA? Is that the people at the airport? I don't know what they're going to think about metal rings and wires and stuff, but we'll have to see. Made of wood, is it? I don't know, Peter. It didn't look like wood, I have to say. It didn't look like wood at all. I could be wrong. It was in a glass case and they wouldn't let me open it. But I mean, I've seen a Red Arrows. Is it the Hawk, the Red Arrows? And that was a similar sort of price, and it was actually smaller as well. But absolutely crazy. Did I hear Liz Trusser? Hello, user 4304697291832. This Truss resigning. Was it 44 days? I believe one of our newspapers in the UK called the Daily Star, when she got into office, or when all the budget started to go a bit wary, they compared a lettuce to Liz Truss and wanted to know which one would go first. Would it be the lettuce or Liz Truss? And it was Liz Truss, which is crazy. You've locked the back door. Damn it. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. But yeah, so we're going to have a new Prime Minister. And your rumours have it Boris Johnson coming back. Now, Mrs. Rhoda Waynes gave me a lot of bit of history saying that apparently Churchill came back. So you never know. Might have old Boris back. There is spam on here. I don't know what that's on here tonight for. Hello, Kenneth Bozeman from Atlanta, Georgia. And you're amazing and wise. Thank you. And Brian Harris. Oh, Brian. Hello, Brian, over on TikTok. I'm glad it works on TikTok. I can't get to watch my own TikTok stream, so I don't know how it works. But seeing as I spend most of my time just watching random stuff on TikTok and losing time, I thought, well, why don't we stream to TikTok? The actual software that I use to stream now is called Restream, and that just streams to Twitch. I've taken it off of Facebook because of copyright strikes, and YouTube. So for TikTok, I've got a completely different studio running on this screen. So this is streaming and this is streaming at the same time. So I was scared that I might be using too much bandwidth. But at the moment, I've dropped no frames. We're looking good. Everyone's happy. You watched Death Sport on Plex. Don't think I've seen that. I wonder what bikes were used for the Death Machine so I could track down the model kit and fabricate some parts. I haven't seen that, Pete, I have to say. I did post a picture on social media about, Superman's crystal capsule as a baby that he comes to Earth in. I'd love to build that. But, it can't be a solid model. It wouldn't be able to be a 3D print unless you individually 3D print each crystal and then lay it in like a jigsaw puzzle. It's like doing the Jaguar tyres again. Make it a jig so you can have like one half, then make the other half, and then just piece them together. I think that'd be brilliant. Large scale. No idea where I'd put it in here. But model-wise, thinking about what I'd love to build, that would definitely be one I'd like to build. But Jeffrey, if you're in here, I was looking at that because I know you've done the light board for the trailer park. How would you light that? Because it depends what size you're printing it, I guess. But would you use individual LEDs or would we be talking, the micro SMDs? Don't know. But very impressive. Very impressive. Hi, Wayne. Where is the build instructions for Pack 8 of the fire truck? Have we got to Pack 8 yet? They're always going to be on the Agora Models website. If they're not up there, Raymond, it means it hasn't come out yet. I thought we're only on Pack 7. So when Pack 8 comes out, they'll put them on there. You'll be pleased to know. Again, I think I don't think I've got a picture. I might have one on my phone. Stand by. Let me just have a quick look. For you, again, Patreons yesterday, I was working on the Ferrari. There we go. I have got a picture. And I've done all the wires, as you can see. They're all on there. So in the next box, which I have got over here, we're going to be doing the fuel lines. And just to give you an idea of what it's better on the move than YouTube. That's good news. So what I've got here at the moment, I've got box 3 of the Ferrari. Next week, I've got it here, box 4 of the Titanic. I'm going to finish the Route Master Pack 10 tomorrow, so the video might be out a little bit late. I've got the Mura box 5. Are we on 5? No idea. And I've got something down there, and I don't know what it is. No idea. We'll have to see. Your missus is making Christmas decorations too. Well, back in the day, Paul, what's the date today? Let's have a look. It's the 20th. It wouldn't be too long before I put my Christmas tree up. Yeah, you heard me right. I'd normally put my Christmas tree up. I haven't done that for a good 5 or 6 years now, though. Because what I used to do, you've probably heard this before, is I used to decorate it in nothing but Nightmare Before Christmas. Because, Halloween. And then I'll just leave most of those decorations on and just add a few more Christmas ones afterwards. So I'd have a Halloween tree. Great big spiders on it, cobwebs. But come December, you really are fed up with it. And it's got too much dust on it. So that's why I don't do that anymore. Which is all fun. Hello, David Cleary. You're on the TikToks as well. Wow, all the people over at YouTube have come onto the TikToks. I'm glad you found me. That's crazy news. I didn't think you'd be able to. So I don't know how it works, but it seems to be working. So everyone's good. Only 2 prime ministers till Christmas. I think we're going to have so many prime ministers in Milan that we're going to have a calendar. So one a day. We're going to have a calendar for our chancellors of the exchequers as well. Everyone's going to have to do a week as prime minister. I mean, it can't go on like this. The problem is that I was watching the news today. God, we don't want to talk politics, but the Conservative Party, there's so much infighting that it's non-existent. And I do think a general election is the only way to sort it. But who knows? Who knows? It's not like they're doing anything anyway. I'm just happy to sit in my workshop in the thunderstorms building models. As long as no politics stop that happening, then everyone's happy. Next week I've got some visitors, haven't I? Ian, I believe you're coming on Monday next week, so he'll be welcome to the workshop. And I think Robert, I don't know if you're in tonight, Robert Beveridge, you are coming tonight as well. Paul's I'm on Fry, welcome to TikTok. Hello Ian, how's it going? You joked about if we still had the same PM when getting back from Spain at 11:30, and bugger me, she was like a couple of hours later. It was planned just for you, Ian. Bless. I don't know if you watched the catch-up of the last night stream with the Ferrari. I did show where I'm up to with the SR71. I haven't really worked on it as much as I want to, though, because I really want to finish the Explorer spaceship. So that's what's been taking all my time at the moment. You'd be happy to know that the paint under my nails is slowly coming off. I tried everything. I tried Terps. I tried White Spirit. I tried everything. And because it's so far under the nail, and I've tried cocktail set, I just can't get it under this. It looks like I've got dirty nails. Oh, not good. There we go. Look, Churchill was PM. 40 to 45 and 51 to 55. Me and Mrs. World of Wayne, we're off to London on the 19th of November. We're off to see The Life of Pi at the West End. We're actually going to the Churchill War Rooms as well. And something else that's on in London, if you didn't know, that at the Science Museum at the moment, they've got a sci-fi exhibition, which is all to do with Star Trek, one of the films you just mentioned earlier, Battle Beyond the Stars, and Star Wars. So that's something I want to see, but it's on till May, so I think I'm going to delay that one and watch it in the new year. But looks quite interesting. If you're into your sci-fi, you might want to hop to the Science Museum. Science Museum is free, but the exhibition you have to pay, I think it's £20 for. But yeah, I'm not getting any royalties from that either. So get you some of those Icicle Christmas ornaments and have a field day. They're all one size though, Lou. I'd have to get little sizes, and it's an interesting concept though, isn't it? Then I could get a little dolly or something to put in the middle. It's just one of these things, because I was watching Superman the movie the other day, and I was thinking that, you know, there are lots of models which I'm surprised I don't think has ever been attempted. I've never ever seen any version of that. I have actually seen a Christmas decoration of that little space capsule, but it's only like this big. But that's the only thing I could find, and I would have thought, you know, pop culture-ish, that would be something like that. I mean, diorama-wise, I was thinking of something with, you know, when Superman's on the tracks and the train's going over him? That would make a brilliant diorama as well, but I've never seen anything like that either. You just noticed the T-shirt, diddly squat. We got this last year. My thought, it was nano LEDs for the bulbs and maybe the wire LEDs for neon parts. Well, you know what I've been doing, Jeffrey, and I've done it. I had to do it onto the Explorer spaceship because 3mm LEDs are far too small. And these ones are exactly what I need, but they don't have a lens on them. I've been putting the nanos in, and then I've been putting a blob of resin over the top, thick resin, and making a drip out of it, instantly freezing it, and you get that nice teardrop shape that you have on the Explorer spaceship. So that's what I've been doing there. So what I would do, if it was, you know, small enough for the nano LEDs, is put them in, then put a blob of resin over the top to make some sort of like bulb lens. But you have to use a thick resin, which is the stuff that I was using on the Enterprise spaceship, funny enough. A woman who destroyed a great British institution, they should get Jodie Whittaker to play Liz Truss in The Crown. I take it you didn't like Jodie Whittaker as Doctor Who. as I said, my last Doctor Who that I watched Matt Smith because my daughter liked it. But for me personally, watching it was Peter Davidson. That's how long ago I was watching Doctor Who. Hopefully, no. So, well, what I do now, Sheldon. It's one of those things that once bitten, twice shy. So when I do any video now, I zoom out of my editing software and make sure there's an audio track in there. I think what had happened is that I must have just pressed delete on a certain section, and a certain section must have been highlighted and it completely wiped it out because the sound came back right at the very end. But the thing is, if I had known about it, I would have re-uploaded it, but I didn't know about it, and I had already deleted the original because, I mean, I haven't got stacks and stacks of terabytes on my computer. I've got a spare drive. I've actually got 5 hard drives in the computer, but they're all full. I have one dedicated for editing, and once that one's done, I have one dedicated to actually putting the video on or the film on. I don't make a backup on it because once it's on YouTube, as far as I'm concerned, it's backed up to the cloud. So in 6 years, it hasn't really got me into trouble, but things like that can happen with the Titanic. And I believe with the Thunderbird, when I did the Thunderbird 2 build, we had the same sort of problem on one of them. Mrs. Rhoda Wayne is truly a saint. She is. The bots came because I said Kate Beckinsale. Hello, Ardle73. I've just popped up on your TikTok. Well, I haven't seen you in ages either. I really need to get to some more conventions. But I'm on TikTok because why not? I'm on YouTube and Twitch at the moment, but I thought I'll stream to TikTok as well. But it's nice to see some familiar faces in there. It's all cool. But hello. We are just talking. Thursday night is chat night on the World of Wayne channel. We're not building any models, like you see here. We're just talking about anything and everything. And normally the conversation is steered by everyone that's in chat here. And we talk about the most random things ever. From which way toilets flush to should Lou Dalmaso watch Blake 7. Oh, it's all cool. What do you think about if you're not following Phil Siegel Sprueverse on Instagram and the Sprueverse Facebook page? He's doing the refit Enterprise. That's a challenge, I tell you, and I'm captivated by it. So I can't wait for his first video to come out, but he is teasing you with some Instagram posts for that. But all good. All good. I can see your masks coming into play soon, Lou. Very soon. They decided how to select the new PM. Pass the parcel. I haven't got a clue who it was. I mean, everyone thinks it's I don't know their names. Mordaunt, Penny Mordaunt. But I don't know if Rishi Sunak would be. Who knows? Who knows? But theoretically, we haven't had a functioning government since Boris left, so and we've got on just fine. Apart from, you know, the pound almost getting parity with the dollar. Who knows? You're currently building a Lemax Christmas village. This is week 3. Really? Well, I've only got 2 parts of my Lemax village, Anthony. I'm going to go to Gates next week. We were going to meet up with Ian on Saturday, but I'm going next week, so I've got my mother-in-law down. We're going to take her. And I normally get one every year, and I've got a winter garden with dance scene. And something else. What did we get? Was it a candy store? Can't remember what the last one, but those Lemax things are absolutely amazing. And I have got the video of Gates Garden Centre's Lemax Village last year, so I'll try and get one again this year. Monday evening. It will be fun. There will be a house for you, and I'll warn you that now, because the kids are here, the mother-in-law's here as well. So, the more the merrier. Pack 11 of the Rootmaster's up, and looking at it, there's around 300 red screws. Anyone who's done the Rootmaster, good question. Now, I've done all the hard stuff on this already. The roof is down, although you haven't seen that yet because I haven't done the video. All the electrics are done and tidied up. You can't see that, but they're all done. All I'm doing is putting the last of the frame on and starting to put the roof on. Now, in pack 11 and 12, am I right in thinking that everything starts to get simple then? Because all we're doing is putting plates on and loads of those tiny red screws. Is that all pack 11 and 12 is now? Because I did find pack 10 and 9 quite challenging, I have to say. brilliant build, absolutely brilliant. But those 2 packs, especially, that's why I split them into 2. They took up so much time, so much time. Hello, Kevin Pritchard, how's it going? Oh, what's going on? Oh, right, okay, I understand now. I've got a chat screen for TikTok as well, and I'm trying to figure out how that actually works. But I figured out now, because it's not, I can't highlight TikTok messages on my stream here. Yeah, you know what, Simon, that's my limit on politics. I don't really know anything else about politics. I know the politics of, international space wars, like, the rebels and the Imperial and the Senate and the Trade Federation. That's the limit of my politics. Use a Stanley Fatmax automatic wire stripper. It claims to handle wires down to 0.2 millimeters. You know what, Steve? I think these are actually smaller than that. I'm serious. They are like a hair. Absolute hair. Even with my magnifying glasses on, I can't tell if I've taken the insulating off. And what I have to do is I've got a 9-volt battery here. I just pass it with a resistor that I've got here. Hang on, stand by. I've got this resistor, and I just see if I've got contact, because I use this program called LED Calculator to calculate how many LEDs. Now, the red LEDs on the side of the Explorer spaceship, there's 3 on each side. Now, I don't need to use any resistors for them, because I'm using 12-volt power supply, and the forward voltage of one of these is 2 volts. So if I have 6 of these, as long as I put them in serial, not parallel, so I've connected the negative and the positives to each one, then I won't need any resistor at all in there. The trouble is that I don't want to connect them all up and put all of these wires and then realise that I haven't exposed it and one's not working, because they'll all blow if they're not completing the circuit. So, all fun. Hello, John Hill. How's it going over on TikTok there? But, yeah, I will experiment with that. But all the other LEDs that I've got on my Explorer spaceship are pre-resisted. Now, you can get these wires with resistors on them. They're pre-resisted as well. But they tend to put them down by the end bit here. Now, the advantage of using these is that you can actually get these wires into really small holes. When they've got a resistor attached, not so much. So, a little bit difficult. But it would be good if they make a resistor that tiny. But then I suppose that defeats the whole object of what resistors for. Bless. Greetings, Exalted One. Hello, Palpatine. Are you still over in Singapore? How are things in Singapore? See, I still remember these things. The Churchill War, never been, Chris. I can't wait to go. One of my lady patients actually worked there during the war. We didn't want to go to the Science Museum, which is in South Kensington, and then go all the way to Westminster, only to go back to the hotel, to go back into London again to see the show, which is in Leicester Square. So I think if we just do the one thing and go to the war rooms, we could just chill out for a little bit of time in London, get changed, and then go out in the evening. It's our thing. We normally do something in November. Last year, we met up, actually, with Mr. and Mrs. Brewverse to see The Shark is Broken and Back to the Future musical. But we normally go to London in November and also in February time. So I will catch up with that sci-fi exhibition. If long and prosper. Hey, Simon, I bet you're like politics if that was our motto for our parliament. Live long and prosper. I haven't had any problems with delivery. As a matter of fact, I'm doing the Ferrari for Dave Phillips, and he's managed to change the delivery address to come directly to me now. But no, haven't had any problem at all. What's happening with YouTube adding handles for users? Okay, so what that is, if you've got a YouTube channel, you can pick your own handle. So I'm now at World of Wayne UK. So what that will do is in the address field, you could go to youtube.com/@ World of Wayne UK, and it will take you to my page. Also, if you're commenting in just doing a normal comment and you type @ World of Wayne UK, no matter what video you're doing, even if it's not one of my videos, it's someone else, it will actually put a mention so I know that a comment's been left for me or about me somewhere else. So that's all handles are. But now is the time to get your username in. Lou, get yourself Aztec Dummy quickly. If you go to your control panel, there should be a little banner which says claim your handle, if you haven't already done so. And that way I could tag you in YouTube, and you'll know someone's tagged you. Even if they want you to watch a video, you'll just see, World of Wayne recommends this. Good morning. You are in Singapore. There you go. Am I behind on chat again? I'm behind. I'm so sorry. I'm behind on chat again. Larry Hagman was in Superman, was he? Where was that? Now, I don't understand. In Superman the movie, I don't know if you've seen the extended edition. They had the whole Aliens extended edition part in it. You know, in Aliens extended edition, they have this scene where they set up sentries, machine gun sentries, and they're exhausting all their ammo trying to get all the aliens. No idea why that was cut out. That was a brilliant scene. But the same thing happens in Superman. Lex Luthor's got, like mobile sentries up, and Superman's just walking through all the bullets and they're all pinging off him. Why would you cut that? What a great scene. Always got to be the extended stuff. I love seeing stuff in films that you don't see. I mean, Jurassic Park's a classic. I'm telling you, in the cinema version is complete. Well, not completely. There's a difference between the video, DVD, and Blu-ray version. There's a scene in it where Laura Dern's character pulls a leaf from the side of the car while they're driving towards, the paddock. And she's looking at the leaf, and for ages she's saying, this doesn't make sense. This isn't right. This shouldn't be here. And she's having a conversation about it, but that's all cut out. And the last thing you see, I think you do hear her saying, this isn't right, and puts it down. But that scene is available in the trailer. If you watch the trailer, you can see her pulling the leaf off and all of that. Same thing with a Karate Kid 2. Chozan comes up and he destroys Mr. Miyagi's garden. And the very next bit happens, Mr. Miyagi starts burying all the plants again and replanting them, much to the annoyance of Chozan. Scene completely cut out of the film. But if you buy the book, the picture book sort of thing, it's in there, showing him replanting everything. Crazy. That's how OCD I get with some of this stuff. And if you're in the UK, I'm sure you've seen the scene in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom where Mularam goes inside the guy's chest and pulls out his heart. Yeah, you don't see him going inside the chest. You just see a burning heart. I hate it when they cut things just for TV. Hello, Kissifer, over on Twitch. That was a little rant then. I apologise. Take care, Tina. Enjoy Corby Tesco's. Bald man with lots of stuff. I like it. Yes. Bald man. Me, bald man. Drink beer. You can't beat stuff. If you don't find me entertaining, hopefully my stuff finds it entertaining. Stop saying Kate Beckinsale. Is there another name? What is that squick thing behind you? Where do I get it? That's from Sterling Kit. Hang on a minute. Sorry, that's from Mayu's store. Kissifa. mayustore.com. And basically it's a static model, but because the model's spinning, it gives that effect. Interesting thing. You can tell the beer's kicking in tonight, can't you? If you get 2 key rings and you put one, the rings in a key ring, or if you get 2 rings, perhaps some rings like, if your wife's got those great big hoop earrings, if you get 2 of them and put one like that at an angle and stick it down there, and then you put another one like that, so you've created a V with these rings, and then you spin around the whole thing, you will get that effect from Superman the movie, where they're in that little ring prison, and the rings are doing that. You'll get that sort of effect. It's the same thing. Am I going to do the Alpine from IXO? Kevin, have you been watching my channel? It's on there. I'm doing it. I've got stage 1 and 2 on the channel already, Kevin. And they're still checking if they can send you 9/11 packs. That's crazy. Let's get Capaldi from the thick of it. Everyone wants Hugh Grant in this country, Lou, just because of Love Actually. They think that he'll be that sort of prime minister. I don't know. I don't know who would make a good prime minister. David Jason. Have you seen the Ocri Titanic kit? I have not seen the Titanic, but I'm very much aware of the company Ocri. I believe John Builds Iconic Military Models is building one of their models. But John, my luck with wooden models at the moment is absolutely god awful. As a matter of fact, when Robert comes on Wednesday, I'm going to film him burning my Titanic for me. So, all good. It is live. I'm just behind on chat. K Kissifa. You love the jellyfish in the background. I know it's captivating, isn't it? It's silent as well. Look, you can't hear a thing. I don't know what sort of gears and motors it's got in it, but completely silent. Lots of red screws and panels and 1/4-inch strips to cover joints. Yeah, that's pretty easy. I can do that. It's me trying to figure out filming as well, because now the model's that big. I'll show you. You can't see it now. The model's that big. I can't really use any of these cameras here. So as you saw in the last one, I'm having to set up a tripod with my mobile phone. David Cleary, you've jumped back from TikTok over here. My mother-in-law fell down a wishing well. I was surprised I never knew those things worked. Very good. No, we're still doing some wiring, tidying, and then the panels. Ah, okay. I think most of the wire tidy's done though. I've done the side. I've only got 3 wires coming out the back now. The ones that light the top of the roof, if you like. And the K cable's the one with the backlit panels. I very use my hands a lot, don't I, when I talk? Hello, Robert. How's it going? We were chatting about you again earlier. You're going to have to watch the on-demand stream to see what we were talking about. You got stuck on my Root Masters, the Revell plastic kit. Can't afford that beautiful kit you have, but can't find the correct red to spray the panels. Dave Say's probably a person for that. I mean, he's turning a red one blue, so I'm sure he'll know about the blue one going back to red. Forgot to say doing one as London Country, so the green is tricky as well. Ah, okay. Green's very tricky. Yes, met up with Berg this last year. That's right, that was November, wasn't it? Wow, that was almost a year. That seems like ages ago. At work, we use wire strippers from SM Tools that are really good. No adjustments needed to multiple gauges of wire. I said these are really like a hair though, so I'm going to try Lou's idea with the sanding them and see how that turns up. YouTube handles that are designed to stop scammers pretending to be the channel holder. Well, normally when that happens, you can request a little verification tick, a bit like you get on Twitter. It's a lot easier to get them on YouTube. But, I mean, it's not going to affect my channel. There is another World of Wayne site out there, but, I mean, it hasn't been used for a long time. Not mine. Someone in America. Yeah, no, that's what I meant. They won't illuminate. But what the worry is, Stephen, that if it's got a dry connection, so they're not lighting, and I'm trying to figure it out, and I move it, and then suddenly they connect, that's when I'm going to blow them. Because I wouldn't have put a resistor on them, you see. So that's the worry. But we'll see. When you're in Leicester Square, look due south. The red building used to be the Royal Dental Hospital, established in 1863 and was the oldest dental school in Europe until 1985 when it closed. Wow. I'm just trying to think. Due south. So south would be towards Trafalgar Square. So that would be the side to the left of the Odeon. Where the ticket office is. You're talking about behind the ticket office then, I'm guessing. That's gone now. They've knocked that down. I don't know when the last time you were in Leicester Square is. Actually, a lot of Leicester Square has been knocked down now, Chris. Crazy stuff. But the... yeah, I'll bear that in mind. I'll have a look at that. Good evening from Serbia. Oh, hello. Over in Serbia there. I'm just checking my chat. It's all over the place at the moment. Larry Hagman's in The Eagle Has Landed as well. Oh, my God. Larry Hagman was the army officer in the scene where Miss Tessmacher pretends to faint while Otis... Ah, right, okay. I didn't know that. I'm going to have to watch that again. It's mahogany, is it? How do you know that? Oh, right, okay. Is it worth that much, though? There's not much detail in it. Carved, I suppose. Don't know. When are you planning to do more? Mike King, funny enough, next week. Next week. Swapping guns for walkie-talkies in ET. Yeah, that's just wrong. And I'm sure in Return of the Jedi, when Luke in the Rancor pit, he jumps up the floor railings and they stamp on his hands and he falls back to the floor. I can't remember that, but the octopus, I've seen that on YouTube, the extras there. But why would they cut them out? I can understand for time reasons, but when something's really good, it doesn't make any sense to me at all. I won't get burnt because I'm going to get you to light it, Robert. You can't find your current subscription for kit on the Fan Home website. I have my profile and help center only visible. Yeah, I'd contact them, Mark. I had that problem, but I used a different browser and I could see them, so don't know if that will help you. You're building let me get this right. You're building the reboot Battlestar Galactica at the moment. You've made your own lighting kit for windows, hangar decks, and engine. The lighting kits are brilliant. Actually, making your own is really good as well. It's just like the Route Master. The problem is where you actually, feed the wires through and hide them. And I think I've done pretty much a good job on this Explorer spaceship. The problem is that even though I'm putting the whole interior in it, I'm sealing the whole thing up. So you're not going to be able to, you can look through the windows, but you can't take the thing apart. And I need to do that because I'm suspending it from a tube at the top. And all the wires are going to go through this tube because the ring has got to spin around it, you see. So, all cool. You got a good story involving consultant surgeons, the ticket booth, Starlings, and a dental light. Good times. Well, they almost killed me the other night, Chris. I was doing when they were doing the filling, you've got your dental technician who's sucking all your stuff out. Well, he forgot to suck. And I was gagging on the blooming saliva, which had been mixed with whatever resin they're putting in. But it tasted vile. But it didn't make me ill. I swallowed it, whatever it was. But as you said, I had to pay £260 for that privilege. So, everyone's happy. Extra tax on alcoholic. Hello, Dave Marshall 519. Welcome to TikTok or YouTube, because I'm on YouTube at the moment. Extra tax on alcoholic drinks in Wales. So today my good lady and I went on a booze cruise abroad. We cruised across the Severn Bridge in England. You sure there was no one strapped up on the top of the bridge and, what is it? Just stop oil. Oh, those protests. I'll tell you, I'm glad I wasn't in Essex those last 2 days. Because it's all very well these people protesting with just stop oil, but there's no alternatives given. It's like, we need to stop doing that. Yep, so what should we do instead? I'm sure they're like, we just need an arc reactor. That's what we need. Like arc reactors exist. They only exist in the fictional world of Iron Man. Do you remember that scene from Red Dwarf? One of the funniest scenes where it's like, we should just get in our rocket pants and whiz on out of here. And Crichton goes, an excellent idea, sir. We've only 2 floors. 1, we don't have rocket pants. And 2, rocket pants only exist in the fictional world of Rocky Rocket Pants. Oh, I love Red Dwarf. Hello, outsider. How's it going, Roy? You had some errands to run. Do you realise I have caught up with chat? That is unbelievable. I cannot believe I have caught up with chat. Sorry, I've got chat on the other screen, which is showing me chat, which I haven't seen on this screen. If I've missed messages, something screw is going on. I think there is a delay. RF DeVries. I'm always bored. Right, we're going to get this straight now. RF DeVries. Is that right? DeVries. Not Vries. I'm hoping I said it right. If everyone had an arc reactor, we wouldn't be having these high electric prices. I haven't been too bad, but, we just turn lights out. It's just Mrs. Welder Wayne. She insists on having lights everywhere. And typical woman that she's either too hot or too cold. There's never... and when I'm really hot, chances are she's really cold and vice versa. Red Dwarf needs a proper ending. I mean, it's still going, isn't it? That's the thing. It's one of those series which they can just pick up and continue. I love it. I love Red Dwarf. Yeah. Are you absolutely sure it does mean changing? What's the Crichton saying as well when he's reading the comic? And he's like, cats what's it? Kapow, splat, die in bed, you Trojan pig dog guignard. I need to have a Red Dwarf rewatch. I bet the protesters turned up in their cars, making a necessary journey, thus adding to their carbon footprint. The other thing that I don't understand about this protester, did you see the one that they chucked Heinz tomato soup over Van Gogh's sunflower, which didn't damage the painting because there's a glass sheet above it. But how does that relate to Just Stop Oil? How does vandalism relate to Just Stop Oil? It doesn't make sense to me. You've converted to an air fryer? What do you mean? You mean you're doing all your cooking in air fryers now? We used to do that, but they're a pain to keep clean, Ian, I'm telling you. You're printing a 3D, you're 3D printing a big red dwarf using a resin printer. I would like a Starbug. I haven't got a printer big enough at the moment to do Starbug. Just looking, because I think Lou had quite a big one on his shelf. I know that Beanie's Hobbies, he's got a great one. But yeah, I'd like a Starbug, definitely. I need more spaceships in here. You know what? You know, I did that shirt on my store which said the robots. I'd like to do one with spaceships, I think. I might have to get on that. He really doesn't want to sit and sleep in the house anymore, does he? A cubicle. You know what? The funny thing is, I don't know what I said. What have I said this time that's got me into trouble? What have I said that's got me into trouble this time? It's not good. You know you're in trouble when you don't know what you've said. Because I can't apologise for it. Because I might be apologising for something I shouldn't be apologising to. Oh, you can't do that. You can't get Leslie on me. I feel what's the word? Not victimised. You know, when people gang up on you. That's what I feel like. He's lucky I don't turn the lights off in the workshop. I can do that from here. You can do that from here. Don't do that. It'd be in the dark. This is what it would look like. Alexa, turn off the workshop.
Okay.
There you go. It's not too bad. See? It just takes away a little bit of the colours because I've got this massive bright light here, you see. Alexa, turn on the workshop.
Okay.
And magically everything turns on. Alexa, turn the studio lights green.
Okay.
There you go. I love how everything... It makes me feel like I'm on the deck of the Enterprise when I can do things like that. Perhaps I'll change... Someone said I can change the... I think it was Robert actually said it. That I can change the Alexa to something else. So if I called it computer or something, then... tea, Earl Grey, hot. Cleaning, what's that then? What's this? It's a banana. It's a small coal mining town in the middle. If you haven't watched Red Dwarf, trust me, you need to watch it. Season 1 sort of like sets the ground and then it takes off in season 2. Skip season 7, it's terrible. But season 8 is brilliant. They saw the sunflowers and they knew you can make oil from them. That's a tentative link. That's a pretty thin link. Pest it with a doorbell. Oh god, that buzzes big time. Hey, at least it works though, so I can get my deliveries. The problem with air fryers is you don't get many miles to the gallon. You know what? It seems to be a fad. When did we get our air fryer? About 5 years ago, everyone was into air fryers. But and then they went out, and then now they're back in again. Dato, how are you getting on with these Halloween challenges on Pokemon? I need to catch 40 ghosts, and I think I need about 9 more. They're not doing too bad. Starbug got an 18-inch long on the stocks at the moment. Found it on Etsy. Big, heavy, and little. Wait a minute. Get me ruler out. Need to check what 18 inches is. Wow. Yeah, that's the sort of size I'd like. I would print it, but I said it on my Ender 3. I could do it on my Ender 3, but it would take forever. I want to use my my resin printer down here a little bit more. Henpecked. That's the one. Thank you, Chris. Chris is now my go-to Thesaurus. Singled out. Yep, they all go. Takes the glint off the top of my head. Hey, you know, I polish this. Even Harry's, I get the Harry's razors still. I mean, I did a video ages ago of me using them, but I've been using them ever since. And they keep sending me a free gift every month. And I get this head cleaner. Your workshop's name Workshop. Holly, that's a good one. Mrs. Worldaway might get jealous, you know. Can't say Kate Beckinsale. I can't say Holly. Hal, what are you doing, Dave? I can't call it computer. Oh, God. Red Dwarf episodes DNA and Ticket to Ride are my favourites, closely followed by Backwards. I like Back to Reality. That's one of my favourites. And Rimmerworld. I love Rimmerworld. Thank you, Chris Davis, over on TikTok. Welcome aboard. This is the first time I'm streaming to TikTok tonight. I'm normally streaming on YouTube, so... Jets, 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 Jets. Very good. Rams won this week, though, so I'm happy. Dolphins, not so much. You finished all 4 stages. You need to catch 40 on each stage. What? 40 what? Ghosts on each stage. Oh, my God. I've got to ask, Datehole, are you flying? Can you fly? I didn't know what flying was until I joined the internet group, and then someone told me what flying was. So I was like, oh, okay. I won't be doing that, but it's interesting. All these things that I didn't know about. Dwayne Dibley? Waxworld's good one as well. Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, Rimmerworld was brilliant. You know Holly is. That's stupid. Well, I might be talking about Holly Gennaro. Or Holly McLean from Die Hard, you know. You don't fly. Wow. You know what? I'm definitely just going to... we've got to meet up and I'll just give you my phone for a week. See, you're level 50 and I don't know how on earth you got... you have to do like quests before you get to each level. Talking Pokemon Go again, people. How did you get all your lucky trades? That must be impossible. I had to see some of the things you have to do, and I'm saying to Mrs. Worldaway, and I can't believe Dayhole's got this. I'm like, how did he get that? But you know, I'm happy. I do use Pokemon Genie so I can enter raids. So I've been doing a lot more raids recently. You're looking for a 148 scale World War I German field tent for diorama. Any ideas? No, but Telford Model Show's on the 12th of November, so if I see anything there, I will let you know. Yes, Gunman of the Apocalypse, that's a good one as well. Watching you, Gandhi, that's the Waxwork one. It seems like we're all Red Dwarf fans. How did Red Dwarf go down to you folks in the US if you're watching from the US? Because I know you go through this stage of trying to copy what we do here. So I think you tried to make your own version of Red Dwarf, which didn't work too well. What else did you do? There was another thing you did. The Office, that worked okay. The Office worked well. I still prefer the British Office to the American one. Me and Mrs. Worldaway can trade up to 100 trades a day. You usually get 3 to 4 lucky trades a day from that. Wow. Mrs. Worldaway, take notes about this. We can, but you don't know how much competition there goes on between me and my wife when it comes to Pokemon. I will get a new Pokemon, something she hasn't got, or something that I worked my heart out to get. You know, like Tortilla, not the, you know, the blue turtle. I managed to raise that up. And she didn't have that. And it's like, well, I've got this. What are you going to give me? And she's got nothing to give me. So it's like, not having it then. So, yeah, it's pretty painful in the house when it comes to Pokemon Go. There's a sitcom Ghost. I haven't seen that. They tried to make Doctor Who, and look how that turned out. The American version of Fawlty Towers. I didn't even know that was out. Oh, my God. Take care, Ian. See you later. See you Monday, Ian. It's amazing what transcends. But you know what? I really, really am enjoying Quantum Leap. And especially the last episode I've watched of Quantum Leap was the... he's playing sort of like a cowboy in the old 1850s or something. And it's got a really good twist at the end of it, which has made it, ooh, this is interesting. So if you do get a chance, I don't know what channel it's on in the UK. I've had to use a VPN to watch it, but it's a great show. The US Top Gear and Taskmaster are awful. Squirtle. When I first started playing Pokemon, Simon, the only Pokemon I knew was Pikachu and Squirtle. Don't know why, but yeah, now I can name them just by sight. But we're doing good, Dayho. I'm telling you, my Pokedex is full up to the brim. There are some which I haven't got, some that we've picked up when we were in America. But yeah, there's some which I haven't even seen, which is crazy. But I've been playing since the game started, so I'm sure. I'm well behind you. Take care, Hilda. See you later, mate. Star Trek Lower Decks is brilliant. I can't get into it, Robert. I really cannot get into it. It's something about animation. I don't know what it is. I mean, I used to watch cartoons and stuff as a kid, no problems. But like, I can't get into Clone Wars. I can't get into Rebels. I like Family Guy. I like Simpsons. That's probably the only two sort of animated things I watch. But there you go. We Americans have to copy everyone else's ideas because we're too busy being offended by everything to bring our own ideas. You saw one episode of Quantum Leap. It put me off that his reflection in the side of the van was wrong. Really? I didn't even notice. Didn't notice. It gets better, trust me. Hello, Chip Walker. How's it going? DK Jedi, you like Lower Decks? I'm doing good, Chip. Oh, hello, Mick Shaw over in Turkey. You resin printed 25 Pokemon characters for my daughter's friend. I mean, I said, I printed something a couple of weeks ago on the resin printer. Prior to that, I hadn't used it for about 4 months. And it's still printed absolutely fine. So, but I see what you mean about when people advise with resin printers. It's all very well printing on a resin printer, but the cleanup's a nightmare. Not so much so if you've got one of those cleanup booths, but if you've got really large scale, wow, you need to have a system. Toy Fair NEC on the 30th this month. I'm not going to be able to get to that one. I said I'm there a week later though, Robert. I'm sorry, Gary. I'm with Mrs. World Away at some craft thing that's going on. I'm with you. The rest of Star Trek stuff is good, but Lower Decks. Well, I wouldn't say the rest of Star Trek stuff's good. I couldn't stand Enterprise. I couldn't stand Discovery. I like Strange New Worlds. I love the Orville. And I loved Voyager, I loved Deep Space Nine, and I loved the original series. I love Next Generation as well. But yeah, Enterprise, I hated it. I hated them going back. And that's the problem Rings of Power's having at the moment. I thought Rings of Power was a really good series, but when you go back as a prequel, it just doesn't work for me because you seem to you're very bound by the story. And because you're following a set of events, I do think it makes it a bit more boring. Yes, I need a female Slandia. I haven't got one. You only... But, all cool. I'm wondering if there is a female. I haven't seen a female at all, Dayhole, to be honest with you. I'll have to send you a copy of my Pokedex so you can see what I've got. You hated Deep Space Nine. Deep Space Nine was brilliant. It started slow, but brilliant. But I'm going to be joining you, John. You had the Anycubic Photon Mono printer at a wash station. Great setup. Yeah, with these larger scale ones, I definitely need to have a look. Lou's got the right idea with his setup. He's got one of the big 8K ones. But all good. Anyway, that's it for another night. Now, remember, tomorrow's stream is going to be slightly later. Tomorrow's build is going to be slightly later because I've got to do the top and the roof of the Routemaster bus and film it and try and figure out how I can get a camera around while I'm doing all those parts as well. On Sunday, I'm going to be doing a video just showing my day at Duxford, and also I went to Shuttleworth, so I'm going to show that in one video as well. And then next week, it's going to be a bit sporadic because I've got the kiddies for a week. So I don't think there'll be a video out every day, but I will try and get on with the live streams as and when I do them. So thank you for joining me tonight. I'm just going to stop the TikTok stream. There we go. We have stopped the TikTok stream. I don't know how that worked, but we'll have to see that later. But thank you for joining me and take care.